What's up, everybody? Welcome to a video entertainment. This is a video for Saba's album, Care For Me. Now, I reacted to his first album, Bucket List Project. It was slow on the support, but then later on, it started gaining support. Now, I'm starting to see the demand of Saba. So again, I'm just going in order. So right now, I'm going to listen to Care For Me, and then I'm going to listen to his newest project, Few Good Things. I really liked his last album, the Bucket List Project. The substance was amazing on that album. Great ear for production. So I know here a lot of maturity, and I also know that there's gonna be a lot more substance here as well. I also know that the song Prom King is like a great storytelling song. I haven't listened to it yet, but people talk about it a lot, so I can't wait to get to that track. But before we get into the video, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, help the channel grow. Let's get to Saba, Care For Me. First track we have is Busy Sirens, featuring The Mind. I remember The Mind because of Mick Jenkins, so that's how I know about The Mind.
I'm so alone. But all of my friends got some shit to do.
Yeah.
All of them got plans, I call them my bad, they text, and they never cross me like bad pedestrians. I've been this awkward since adolescence. I don't know how long I had depression, never no peer pressure. I'm trying to get my little pack of offense. Some girl I call my BFF, that ain't no secret kept. Jesus got killed for our sins, Walter got killed for a coat. I'm trying to cope, but it's a part of me gone. In the pad room, I'm alone.
Wow.
I'll hit you back right away.
Man, yo, Saba is like becoming one of my favorite rappers right now. You know, like the way he's just so introspective, and like his bars just really hit home. Like it really hits me and resonates me on a different level. Like even the first line, I'm so alone, but then I have all my friends. It's like, I understand how you feel. Like I get that. I get that feeling. And when he says, I don't know how long I had depression, listen, sometimes, not even sometimes, but many times you're not aware of what's happening, not aware of what's going on with your body, your mind. And sometimes you're just going with the flow and you think things are just okay, but like you're giving signs of depression. Like I know that feeling. I know how that feels. I understand like why a lot of people love Saba, a lot of people love his music. Like his lyrics really hit home. I get it.
FaceTime me new to the year, all of this new to me, yeah. All of the infidelity when I was 17, been catching up and still feel like she catch me cheating. Niggas asking me how tour was, knowing I've been home like 2 months. And I seen your ass like 2 times, say the small talk like 2 dime, no time, social interaction. Had female friends I found attractive, I tried to fuck, but I am no savage. Now we don't speak, we just walk past if my past could talk. And probably reply to the missed calls after all, cause the friendships that I can't recall done turn my heart into camouflage. While the guys that used to play basketball with doing shit that I can't endorse now with the Lord. Now when it pours down, was the lone dance still alone now.
Damn. Before I talk about the verse, I just want to talk about the chorus as well because I didn't mention it. But like just that line, I'm having a busy day. It's like a lot of things are going on in his head. And a lot of things are going on with himself. Even if it's internal battles, even if it's like internal trauma that he's going through, he's still busy. He doesn't have time to be with someone else right now or to hang out right now. One of the reasons why he's alone. You know what I mean? I think like this verse is really emphasizing Saba's growth and also his past issues. He's talking about how he was with a girl touring and then now he's getting trauma of like when he was cheating on her. And now he just thinks like anytime he's with a girl, even though he's not with his real girlfriend anymore, he still feels like he's cheating. I also like the line where he says, the dudes I used to play basketball with, I can't really talk about what they're endorsing now. I get that. I can't do that either. Nor what I will. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. So there's the second half going on. Guys on the way, now you're going to Angels Day.
Riding through the city, I'm young, I'm black, I'm guilty. I know one
Oh my God.
Kill me, they don't know me, but they feel me. 15 years old with this sticky, they gon' blame it on the marijuana. Hands behind your head, and they won't let about the head. I'm probably deserving, cause I know they serve me.
Oh my gosh, his voice.
Or they think my cell phone's a
What?
weapon. Heard that the robber wore a black mask, I fit the description. AKA nigga, what is the difference? Is in the name, we so divided, I'm from the vision.
Yeah. This part is fire. This part is fire. So that was Busy Sirens featuring The Mind. First of all, great performance everywhere. The Mind did his thing, and Saba, what I love what Saba did, it was just like he didn't do too much. Just mostly focused on the lyrics, focusing on the story, his story. Especially the last verse on Sirens where Saba's talking about racial profiling and also what could lead to, to police brutality. Saba's going again, talking about these heavy, very heavy topics. But again, like I mentioned in my last reaction, he does it by telling a story. And it's his story, and I love that. This is a great song. It's a great track. Next track we have is Broken Girls.
I'm in love with broken girls, hey girl.
Oh man.
I'm in love with broken girls,
Oh no. Is he saying he's in love with broken girls because it's a way to manipulate them and take advantage of them? Because you could always take advantage of broken people because usually they're desperate for something real. Is this what we're going to talk about? Let's see.
Really, I'm broke myself, and I think she might help. Really, I love a story, and I think she might tell. I know that I'm not shit. I know that it's toxic. I know that apocalypse, that was where your heart is. I'm in love with broken girls, hey girl.
Okay.
Girl,
All right.
girl.
Saying that he's in love with broken girls because he's a broken guy himself. And so they're going to end up using each other just for like those temporary small releases of like, the dopamine, the serotonin, all the good feels chemicals. It's like a small dose of like the show Euphoria. If y'all watching Euphoria is crazy right now. It's like they're both Rue and Jules. If y'all seen the show, it's like that type of relationship. Just broken people that needs that other person just to feel good for the moment.
Really, I know you're empty, but I think I can feel your glass. Fantasizing all your problems. I wanted you more since I found out you heartless. Harboring feelings
Oh,
for
wow.
niggas who hurt you. Know you on the surface, but not on the personal level. I play the game of hearts. Missing piece, we ain't apart. Depend on me until I'm bored. I return your heart as quick, I return your car.
Yeah, Saba's gonna become my new favorite rapper because all these stories just resonate with me on a personal level, and they just hit different, to be honest with you. You've been through some of these things, and of course, you grow from them. You grow from these experiences, but I'm just reflecting past on them, and I'm just like, damn, man, I was like that. Damn, man, I remember liking broken girls. Damn, man, like, it's just crazy, like the stories he's telling. I'm just like, I remember liking. Damn, it's kind of a good thing because it shows growth.
I'm in love with broken girls.
That was Broken Girls. Really good track. Pretty smooth. Talking about during a time where he was not feeling himself, where he was very depressed and he felt like he needed that other person to be happy. One thing I learned, never count on someone else for your happiness. It just doesn't work. But in the end of the song, he's talking about how he met someone and he really felt like this time it's real love. So hope for the best. Next track we have is Life. I'm liking the strings already. And it's also nice drums too.
I got angels running away. I got demons hunting me. I know Pop with 25. I know Jesus 33. I tell death to keep a distance. I think he obsessed with me. I was on the road, talking to my father on the phone. Left the city when I was just 4, none of them would get along. Mama begging him for when it coast. I was chilling with my niggas poop. Now they trying to take his life, don't mean shit. So a nigga that ain't never had shit.
My God.
Don't mean lit. In the dark fight, don't mean fish.
Man, that flow switch up and just becoming more aggressive just hit different. Like that's one of the things I love about Saba. Is like the way he just switches his flows and the energy and his voice is just a phenomenal skill, and it's still all him. I be thinking sometimes, I'm just like, yo, is this a different rapper? And he just didn't list it. 'Cause some artists do that. They don't list the feature. But nah, it's just him, and he kills it. He's like a different person every time.
Mama mixed it vodka with the Sprite. Kill my cousin with a pocket knife. While my uncle on the phone. He was gone for more than half my life. He got out a year and then he died.
So that was Life. Like I mentioned before, it's like he's just talking about how life doesn't seem like in their favor. Mentioned his cousin dying, his uncle dying, but before that he was incarcerated, and how he views life viewing him and his family and his race. It's like no one really cares. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate how the system works. It's just crazy how the world is. And the more you learn about it, the more it can make you depressed, to be honest with you. This was a great track. Another great track. Love the energy switch on this as well. I know I'm not commenting a lot on the production, but based on some of y'all comments, y'all really like when I focus mostly on the lyrics. So that's what I'm doing now. Next track we have is Calligraphy. Liking the
I don't
keys.
tell the truth, so y'all feel sorry for me.
I don't tell the
write this
truth.
shit, so y'all feel God coming. I don't get down like that, bro. The amount of raps just on the mission to find something. Calligraphy. Write it away. Write it away.
Oh yeah, that bass is different.
Running away. Running away. Everyone leaving, I write them away. Write them away. Calligraphy.
I'm gonna be vibing out on this.
I'm not mad at God, I just can't get out of bed. My best friend obituary really hang on my wall. By the dress, I'm trying to see it a life lesson. No time for morning in my schedule. I see the right list. Calligraphy. Write it away. Write it away. I just got tired of running away. Running away. Everyone leaving, I write them away.
I like this.
Write them away.
This is a vibe. This is a vibe. Okay, so that was calligraphy. I understand that's a great coping mechanism. Writing, it really is. It truly is. A lot of people don't think so, but writing really is, because you come into terms with your emotions and your mental state and what you're going through. You know, some people just internalize and just hold it in and just don't talk about it. But the thing is, when you don't talk about it, that trauma starts to build up and it starts to show itself in ways you didn't think before. It could be in actions, it could be in thought process, but you think it's normal, you think you're okay, but a lot of people will see differently. That's why it's good to write about your problems, write about what you're going through, or even talking about it. It lets you know some of the things that you go through is not normal and it's not okay, but even though it's happened, you don't have to be a victim of the trauma. You can be set free. I like that message. Also, I love the smoothness of the track. I love the horns. I think that was a great addition to the track. Amazing addition. Next track we have is Fighter. Apologies if I butcher the name, but featuring Kaina or Kayana. Again, apologies if I butcher the name. The lo-fi on this album is fantastic.
Me and E got just fought cause his family wouldn't stop talking. We neighbors who argued often. I run, I jogged him, tossed a jab and I caught him. He threw a left, ain't connect cause I ducked. When I came back up, I seen his sister talking trash. Like next hit, he punched me in my mouth. I can't believe I'm on the ground cause I tried to hit him, I gamble. I'm ugly crying in public. I'm like, when I get you back, you gon' wish that you never touched me. Somehow I never could touch him. Our brothers broke the shit up and I walked the rest of the day with my head down. Funny how getting your ass beat a spread around.
Yeah, very true.
I don't wanna fight no more, cause I'm not fine. I want no more. But things to run, they circling around, got me surrounded like police or something. So it's bad enough they already jumping me. Then I see Sale coming, I'm praying please don't fuck with me. It's not fair and I think he agrees. So instead of fighting with them, he came and teamed up with me. Me and Grandpa ain't talked since I stopped attending the college. He called me, said I'm a scholar, I should be getting my doctorate or fighting myself to get out of bed. I'm fighting myself to get out of bed. Fighting myself.
Damn. Damn. I don't want to fight no more. And the production is falling. Out of tune and all. Ooh, out of tune. Okay, new beat, new beat. Like I mentioned Texas and using the Texas influence. So that was Fighter featuring Kayana. Again, apologies if I butchered the name. This was a great track for me, substance-wise, and what he was talking about. At least before this beat switch, because I love the beat switch, you know, that Texas influence. Because the chorus I wasn't really too crazy about, but the message I am. And, you know, he's talking about different altercations, different fights that he's been through in his life. And a lot of them were physical. Some of them he won, some of them he lost and got jumped. But then when he was talking about how people will compliment him and people praising him, like, yo, you're actually doing it. You're becoming big. For him, it's like, no, this is not true. This is not what you think. It's like what Kid Cudi says, right? Everything that's shining is not always going to be gold. Same thing here. You may think I'm big, but not real. I'm sleeping on my uncle's floor. But when he was talking about how I'm fighting with myself, I'm fighting with my mind and all that, I'm fighting just to get out of my bed. And then the chorus, I don't want to fight no more. I'm not a fighter. He lets all this happen and then he just wants to stay in bed. And you know, that's depression. It's pretty sad. Hope for the best for him. Hope for the best. His pen, man, his pen. So that's why I really like this track. Next track we have is Smile.
Sweet West Side Chicago, 2-flat apartment, red brick and garden, that's been forgotten. Grass all splotchy,
Vacant lot splotchy, bank account splotchy. And we talk like we from the South. Our parents from the South.
Oh, okay.
And if I make
Generations.
$1 million, our vacation in the South. Woman outside and safe out playground, grandma apparel cut. Yeah, cut up with my cousins, dream about when we grew up. Yeah, since I slipping off our feet, our souls is hella black. When we die, we go to heaven. No, my granny told me that. I said I'ma keep it the mail, the rule. Tell me the higher note. My grandma from Pink Hill and my granddaddy from Houston. And if I make $1 million, then I'ma tell them we moving.
I like that. Come on.
Sweet West Side Chicago, 2-flat apartment, red brick and garden. That's been forgotten. Our parents from the South. And if I make $1 million, I'll vacation in the South, and I'll smile.
I like that. So that was Smile. It was kind of a heartwarming track because it was very simple. You know, I think one of the things that Saba misses, according to this track, is the simpler life back when he was younger and, you know, staying with his grandmother. For him, it was like a simpler time. He was a lot more happier in that time. He said he could go outside and it'd be safe. It was like kids being kids. When you're a teenager, you're a teenager. They didn't have much to worry about. There wasn't a lot of exterior factors that impeded their happiness, if that makes sense. I like this track. Next track we have is Log Out.
Right away. Hey.
If you press log out, you get forgotten what's supposed, but a reminder just how boring
Okay.
our lives are.
Ooh,
Look at how much fun
nice.
I'm having. Ain't no beauty in the absence of broadcasting till you fall.
Yeah.
I seen us select and make it. I seen us assist behavior. I see famous people.
That's just the way that the game go. After the rain, it's a rainbow. I see a product.
I'm loving the piano on this.
If I can log in, they started a rumor that I got shot like a dead go. I don't want to put
Damn.
out my headphones.
If you press log out, you get forgotten what's supposed, but a reminder just how boring our lives are. Look at how much fun I'm having. Ain't no beauty in the absence of broadcasting till you fall.
Everybody insecure.
Like this.
Especially people with everything. Why you think they got everything? How much you think I got everything? Look.
Everything's on camera. Everything's on camera.
Is that Chance?
Everybody want handouts. Everybody got pamphlets. Everybody
Damn.
wants Santa. Everything is on camera. Everybody want pics now. Everybody got antlers.
That's Log Out, and there's just so much to unpack on this track. I don't want to talk too much because I know sometimes I just talk too much in these videos, and like maybe I just dig in too deep. But like this track, there's just so much going on. Just to start off with the chorus, like the way he was flowing. If you press log out, you get forgotten. I understand that FOMO, fear of missing out, and a little bit of anxiety because you want to continue to be active so people could see that you're still there, you're still doing your thing, you're killing it, whatever the case may be. And so you're creating this persona for people to see, for people to follow. And also saying that our lives are boring, which is funny because it's like many times I never understand how people could like post content like every day. Like if you were like the Dos Equis guy, being the most interesting man in the world, you know what I mean? But one of the things I want to mention is the tone of Saba's voice in the chorus, his flow, and then what he was saying. Because his flow and his tone is very happy. Like it's like in a major tone. But what he's saying is how depressing social media could be. It's a facade. So it may seem happy and glamour, which is why Saba is rapping the way he is in the chorus, all happy and stuff. But in reality, once you dig deep enough and you pull back the curtains and you really see what's going on behind the show, it's really depressing and also very boring and mundane. In fact, there might be a lot of anxiety as well. So I like what he was doing in that chorus. I really dig deep when it comes to these reaction videos. That's how my videos are. Overall, another great track. Next track we have is Gray.
The best song was probably on the B-side. Won't be surprised when the label denied the so great.
Okay.
The single, the one that wasn't as honest. But this is what they say, make you die this and okay.
Oh my goodness. I hear the violence.
Sometimes I think about the pressures of an artist and what it takes to get caught a success even with no college. We barely even considered. Don't label me with them niggas. Infatuation with plastic. I wanted it to be realer. First they wanted it hip hop and then they wanted gorilla. And now they want a drug addict. Infatuation with plastic. White girl wanna be sister. Driver wanna be Walker. And Walker wanna be sitter.
The best song was probably on the B-side.
My fault if that clap was too loud. But he He hit home. He hit home on that. What the people want to be, how people want to be drug addicts now, man. And it's sad. It's sad.
Sometimes I think about the pressures of the label and what it take to get paid for. Discovering art they ain't no existed. I know it ain't your intention to try and change me. Multi-million your children, private school late attending, an album selling what did it. Care for me carefully, back with more clarity, back like consecutive. I told you motherfuckers like Oedipus had to be swayed in the morning, painted that pain like a portrait.
Motherfuckers like Oedipus.
For the talking, ain't for the fame, but the fortune cool. Alternate altitude, offering the thought for food, alternate art that move. Carefully editing every word, everything gotta be charity. Giving my all these melodies therapy. I keep it thoroughly pivot the legacy. How could you not be moved? I don't give them an option to. Don't nobody wanna be great. Everybody wanna be seen, and nobody wanna be great. Everything is. Everything is.
Oh, what a way to close this track. What a way to close this track. You know, just basically saying fuck you to all this bullshit that y'all feeding us, that y'all trying to give us, that y'all trying to make. Fuck all that shit, man. I'm trying to give that a real. I'm trying to give that substance. That was great. Great track. Oh my gosh. Fantastic track. Fantastic song. Talking about labels and these industries trying to make almost like a Build-A-Bear or these Barbies. Trying to make this plastic, trying to make these toys, trying to make these pop stars, rap stars, these celebrity figures, the influencers, all that. But it's like those RPG games, like, you know, you have to set these attributes, you get into these different classes, you have to pick the one that's gonna make you more seen. Not the one that's gonna make you great, the one that's gonna make you more seen, the one that's gonna get you more popular. Man, there's just a lot to unpack with this track. There really is. Next track is Prom/King. I really can't wait for this. I know this is a storytelling track. That's all I know about it.
This remind me of before we had insomnia. Sleeping peacefully, never needed a pile of drugs. Everybody was college bound. No dollar amounts, in God we trust. Senior year, my prime ain't had no party bus. Wrote her a 3-page letter, it's 3 days later. Never hit me back, she broke my heart. So now he eyeing me shit like, yo, is shorty bad? I pretend not to be depressed, she never wrote me back. I hit him back like, yo, well, fuck her, it's on to the next. I wrote that message thinking I'm awkward, probably never had sex. You know, in high school, 16, you probably late. My cousin hit me back, don't trip, bro, I got you a date. So he sent me this link to some girl I had never seen. He said to call her, tell her Walter sent you with me. I finally called her, tell her Walter sent me, my name Taj. She asked me what's the color scheme that we gon' wear to prom. I'm acting like I'm not excited, trying to play it off. So what's the car we taking? Worst to worst, her mom could take us. I call Walter, thank him. He said don't trip and just wear black. He said she cool and they go back. If any problems, set him back. Walt went to St. Louis, had a full ride for his hooping. Him and his coach got into it, now he back home doing music. Ay, I was at Columbia, a damn near straight A student. I had one beat in a hip-hop class, I thought that shit was stupid. He transferred to Robert Morris, oh it's lit, we down the street. My class let out at 2:40 and his class let out at 3. Like obviously this fucking host can't read the paper. Hella intimidating, the big guy didn't have to flex. So Walter walked to the host and said, this the name you calling next. Bullied our way to the stage and then overstayed our welcome. An apple never get too far from the tree that it fell from. Just like my father trying to do music and hope I make it. Walter joined me for the journey, said the city waiting.
I know I'm not pausing a lot in this track. Trust me, I am digesting the story itself. That's what I'm doing, to be honest. I don't want to really pause it. I'll talk about it after, but it's crazy that the fact, like, you know, he was held at knife point, and then Saba's like, listen, I can't tell my cousin because my cousin's overprotective. He might do some shit. The story is crazy, but that's why I'm not pausing. I'm just being immersed by the story.
I'm in LA working on bucket list project. I get a call and get a fishy feeling. Normally raw joke on the phone. This time he over serious. My heart dropping. I'm like, yo, what is it? He say he with TY on the highway and some niggas just tried to kill him. And the clip on the car, but somehow they didn't hit him. Sometimes I fucking hate Chicago cause I hate this feeling. Innocent niggas get shot at in the broad day, the AM. I asked him for a play-by-play of how their whole day went. He said he went to export and they ran a full court, and I cannot retort without thinking that this can't be the reason. So what else you do? What about Ty? Is he still cool? Where you on your way from and where you on your way to? He say he just left for dinner at a friend crib and that's it. He say Ty don't do shit but smoke. Honestly, Saba, that's it. My boy walked away unharmed and we did Lollapalooza. Yeah, 6 months passed by. Every day we celebrate. Every day a better day. I just dropped bucket list. Water about to drop a tape. Everything going perfect. Couldn't paint a better way. Pivot gang is on the way. We just sold out Lincoln Hall. Then I went to Dr. Sway. I got back home and got back on it. Cause what I was doing 2 a day. Sending me links to the song that he made. Kid Cudi, we are not riding no waves. Hey, grandma made us play. We played 2K, that's just the day before. Fatima got a show tomorrow. He text me hoe.
So that was Prom King. I understand why a lot of people really like this song and always talk about this song because the storytelling is immaculate. Going to story in high school, you know, with prom and all that, and just, you know, your cousins looking out for you, y'all mad close with each other, and then some shit happens, but it's okay. Like, y'all still good, y'all still breathing, and after that, y'all really enjoying life and y'all really coming up and really becoming your own. And then one day, hopping on the train, altercation happens, and your cousin dies. Like, that feeling must be so gutted. You know what I mean? That was coming up together. Now that's been taken away of some BS that doesn't even matter. No one really cares about. Great story, great track. Condolences to Saba. You know, rest in peace to Walter, his cousin. Next and final track we have is Heaven All Around Me.
Yelling at my mother like I know you hit me. Get a little closer, repeat. Bus driver pass me up, don't see me. Paramedic talk about what he need. He need his oxygen. They seem incompetent. I see the consequence. I walk where I can't hear them. They're inaudible. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around. No, I can't feel pain, but I can see the stars. I ain't even vain, but I know we with God. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me.
I like that. I like that. Man, like, I really love Saba's writing. He's really become one of my favorite rappers, man. He really is. Like, his pen is phenomenal. Saying like how the paramedics are around him and they seem incompetent, right? But they may seem that way because they're in a rush. Yo, you got this, you got that, da, da. Okay, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. Forensics trying to get, you know, that DNA, the follicles. And he's basically going to a better place, you know. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me.
Yelling at my brothers like I know that I'm here. Regardless how loud they don't hear. Walking through the crowd, they shed tears. I know I did not disappear. Uphill, I'm battling. I see the cameraman. I see the news stations. Truck parked outside. It's every channel here. I can't feel pain, but I can see the stars. I ain't even vain, but I know we with God. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me.
So that was the last track, Heaven All Around Me. Wow. Just wow. I'm amazed by this dude's pen. You know, writing the perspective of his cousin, but in the afterlife. Him walking around and just seeing the chalk line looking like his shadow. Hearing news station about someone got cut. Walking around just seeing what's going on and having that realization like, wow, I was murdered. But it wasn't in vain. I'm in heaven. I'm with God. I'm at peace. It's a very optimistic way to look at things and a very hopeful way to look at things. So I really, really like this track. Very soulful. Very soothing as well. That was Saba's Care For Me. Another great album. So much substance in his lyrics. Great penmanship. What I love about this album is he didn't do too much. I think with the Bucket List project, he was like showing off what he can do. And that's not a knockoff. But in this album, he was more focused. And he wants to relay his message. Instead of just showing off what he can do, the flows that he could switch to, and the different voices he can tune to. Not saying he didn't do that in this album, but it wasn't as frequent compared to the Bucket List project. Really enjoyed this album, and I can't wait to listen to a few good things because I heard good things about that album as well. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about the album down in the comments below. Right down there, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. Muchas bendiciones. Peace.